You know, after old Curly Jaw's last review request for the movie The Giant Claw, which I enjoyed a lot, I thought maybe this could be a new beginning. No more reviews for movies that I've avoided like the plague up to this point in my life. Then he hits me with Jeepers Creepers 3. As requested by Movie Club member Old Curly Jaws over on my Patreon, here is my review of Jeepers Creepers 3. So I'm going to focus this review on the movie, naturally, and try not to let the transgressions of the writer and director of the movie have any bearing on my opinion. And that's not an easy task, considering the writer and director, Victor Salva's, past. This raises a question that I've asked myself and my viewers in the past. Can you overlook the misdeeds of an artist and still appreciate their art? Roman Polanski, for instance. Can you still watch and appreciate Rosemary's Baby for the masterpiece that it is, knowing the reason why Polanski can never step foot on American soil ever again? How about Mel Gibson? The guy's acted in and directed some absolute classics. Can you still enjoy those movies and his performances in them, knowing the things that he had to say about Jewish people and people of color? Let me know what you think down in the comments section below. I remember seeing Jeepers Creepers back when it first released in theaters. I had no idea about Victor Salva's past at that point, and I liked the movie a lot. The atmosphere, the performances, the ending, the Creeper. I thought the Creeper was a cool and interesting new horror villain, and I wanted to see more. Then I heard about Victor Salva's past. I skipped the sequel in theaters, but I did eventually rent it. Jeepers Creepers 2 was not only a major step down from the first film in terms of quality, but I also found it more than a little difficult to watch, taking into consideration the content of the film and the crimes that Salva was convicted of. So when Jeepers Creepers 3 came around, I steered clear. Until now. Thank you, Old Curly Jaws. Jeepers Creepers 3 picks up directly after the events of the first film, with the poor man's Creighton Duke, played by Stan Shaw, and his team of creeper hunters arriving on the scene. They want to crack at the creeper before he disappears for another 23 years, and time is running out. Meg Foster plays the mother of a young man who crossed the creeper 23 years ago. She sees visions of her dead son, warning her that the creeper will soon return to claim something it left behind. So she and her granddaughter, played by Gabrielle Huff, need to make like a banana and split. Meg Foster plays crazy convincingly, by the way. What the creeper left behind all those years ago reportedly holds the key to not only what it is, but how to destroy it. It becomes abundantly clear right off the rip with Jeepers Creepers 3 that they did not have much of a budget to work with here. As a matter of fact, there are about half a dozen different production companies behind the making of this movie. I guess they each pitched in whatever they could find under the couch cushions. The not-so-great CGI is another dead giveaway, as is the fact that pretty much the entire movie, including the majority of the creeper action, takes place in broad daylight. As a matter of fact, I'd go so far as to say that this movie doesn't even feel like a movie, but rather a long pilot episode. Because everything the movie sets up to reveal in the beginning, it doesn't reveal at the end. Which kind of makes the movie feel like a cheat. Like one big waste of time. Now that's not to say there aren't things I liked about Jeepers Creepers 3. The creeper here is pretty much a straight-up slasher, amassing a respectable body count. I don't recall the creeper taking any parts or using them to replenish itself during the movie, so I guess that's still a thing. The creeper instead is busy picking people off left and right. It uses an axe, a spear, even its truck, Be Eating You, gets in on the body count. And let me tell you about the truck. This thing is more like a tank, a heavily armored, heavily armed tank. It's bulletproof, which we discovered during a humorous scene in which a guy firing a Gatling gun gets turned into Swiss cheese by all the rounds ricocheting back at him. The truck seemingly has a mind of its own, too, is heavily booby-trapped and can fire spears and even drop bombs in the case that it's being pursued. The thing is such a death trap, in fact, that the creeper even gets caught in one of its own booby traps. The performances are kinda weak. I don't blame that on the cast so much as I blame that on the script. The actors here aren't really given much to do aside from run and scream. And I don't think Salva did much in the way of providing his cast with very much direction, because there is so much overacting in this movie. I'm talking about overacting on the level that a soap opera actor would cringe. For instance, the poor man's Creighton Duke, his name is Danny, has a pal who's this surly old cop, and it's like the two are engaged in a competition to see who can overact the other. However, the majority of the older surly cop's dialogue consists of him just saying the name Danny over and over again. But he doesn't let that hold him back. As a matter of fact, he seems to have taken it upon himself as a challenge to see how many different ways he can deliver the line, Danny. Danny! 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 Jeepers Creepers 3 is far from a good movie, but I was entertained throughout. The pacing is tight, the creeper action is cool, and there's plenty of silly moments that made me belly laugh. It's just too bad that the movie doesn't keep its promises. Clearly a fourth installment was in mind, but now that the series has been rebooted with the as-yet-to-be-released Jeepers Creepers Reborn, I guess that's not going to happen. Considering how good the first film was and how much potential it had to launch a whole new horror franchise with a really cool new horror villain, it's sad to see how it all just kind of fizzled out. Shout out to Movie Club member Old Curly Jaws over on my Patreon. Thank you for your review request and thank you for being a patron. I really appreciate it. If there's a movie you'd like to request me to review, follow the link in the description or head over to patreon.com/pizowell and join the movie club today. You also get early access to videos, have a say in what content appears on my channel, join me for monthly patron-only live streams, get cameo-style shout-out videos from Jeremy and I, and more. If you've seen Jeepers Creepers 3, let me know your thoughts on the film down in the comments section below. And while you're down there, let me know if you have any hope for the Jeepers Creepers reboot relaunching the franchise. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up and share it on social media. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace. Thank you to all my patrons and channel members. I appreciate your generosity and support of my channel. Become a patron today and have a say in what content appears on my channel. Join me for monthly live streams and much more. Become a channel member today and get access to exclusive badges and emotes to use when I stream. Both those links are in the description. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.